research all this stuff, and I think literally 30 minutes ago I was exiting out of stuff. Unless I just saved it in my, let me see if I saved it in my photos. Piss me off. Okay, photos. Let me just make sure I got everything in order, so I don't delay us any further. Here, and then back to here. Yep, I do.
What's up?
To skip, jump, looking for stuff. Touch it, ring it, babe.
Stop romantic.
Right. I was like, I don't know the fast part.
Oh, but oh yeah, I don't. I felt it. I was just like, I don't know what the words are. But then when she said, I said, I know that part. I know that part.
Got that part.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm excited.
Okay. Welcome back to another episode of
Sipping on Love,
where we're here with your favorite gay couple,
the one and only Anthony and
we haven't started drinking
the
yet.
divine,
right?
The just delectable Darius.
How you been?
I've been well. You know I've been well. Like in more ways than one. Just like how life has been lifing in the good and in the progressive, the triumphant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trying. Yeah. How about you?
I've been coasting.
Okay.
Coasting, you know, I've been working a lot. Been putting in those hours. I know Uncle Sam hates to see me coming. Well, maybe he might like to see me coming.
Yes, feed the system.
Right,
feed the machine.
The more you make, the more they take. I'm about to become Uncle Sam, like Samuel L. Jackson did.
Oh.
For Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to be on that Uncle Sam.
Oh, you the love.
Bringing these people up, especially in this economy.
Very much so, because I know quite a few people owe some money. Bit better, my money.
Well, seem like you're filling the drink early, huh?
Early?
Oh no,
I'm the bartender. I have to. I'm quality control. I have to make sure it's good.
Oh, so you're a lightweight.
A lightweight? Says the one nursing theirs.
Well, what are we drinking, by the way?
We are sipping a pineapple upside down Henny.
What's this? Brown sugar?
It's a brown sugar cinnamon rim. You're welcome. Shout out to Milk and Honey in Ashburn, Virginia for this drink recipe. So great, so delicious. If you're ever in the Ashburn, Virginia area, check out Milk and Honey, one of the Thompson Hospitality restaurant establishments, Black owned.
I never thought to put cinnamon around them.
I never did either, but then I was like, aromatically it works and definitely works to balance out the pineapple. But the recipe will always be in the description. So yeah, enjoy y'all.
It's crazy because like when you're drinking it, you smell, like you said, you smell the cinnamon, but I don't taste it, you know? So it throws me off a little bit. But it is good though, I'm not gonna lie. And it's real smooth.
I feel it should have been a little bit sweeter, but hey, I'll take it. It's delish. And that Hennessy's gonna sneak up. Because that was 2 ounces each.
Well, you know, that's my mama's drink of choice, so.
We got the Hennessy.
That's my mama for real, literally. I remember when we first, just a side note, when we went to my dad's birthday party, we sitting up there waiting on my mom to come. Of course, she's late. So she gets there, and before we even walk into, y'all want something to drink? My mama didn't pull out the little bottle, not the pint. She pulled out like the half gallon or whatever that size bottle is. Where are we going?
Found a little cup. Need a little cup.
I'm like,
because I was meeting my man's dad's side of the family, so I was just like, I'm gonna just be a little loose, but just on the inside because I'm gonna keep my crazy tuck.
I know that's my mom's favorite drink of choice. Like Cat Williams said, once a black person get their drink, that's their drink. So that's always been her drink, but I didn't think she was bringing liquor to the function. She didn't bring it to the function, she just brought it to the car.
She said this her business. Good for her.
She said she needed
a
function, child. And we had a good time.
Oh my God. Yeah. And the food was so good. Oh my God.
Anyways.
Yes.
So.
I love you.
So, oh yes. You know, it's been a minute. So, I'll probably introduce it next season, but I do have a cute idea for what we could do for our love yous.
Ooh.
Nothing too fancy. Something.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
This is our activities director here.
So, but
in life and in love.
Let's start with I love you and.
Yeah.
Let's do that one.
Okay.
No, I lied. I want to do I love the way. Let's do that.
Ooh. I love the way you interpret me and translate me, not even for your own understanding, but like sometimes when folks are just like specifically my siblings, and they're like, what's wrong? And your sibling, that's just Anthony. Like, y'all, like, it's not even that like you're ever defending, but it's just like, he told you what it was. Like, it is, like, why y'all surprised?
They already know who you are.
But then they even think about other instances and in other spaces with other organizations, same thing, when folks would use you as an intermediary. It's like, you heard what my man said. You need to go talk to him about it. Don't get me involved. Like, you know enough to be aware, but then you like are just, you heard what he said. You never ever try to mince my words or try to make people like you. That was always the thing. Like, you are always like looking at the good in everything and everyone, and I'm just like, no, that's a nigga. Like, but like, even in instances when I've just been like, even when I'm loud and wrong, you were just like, okay, he said what he said, y'all. Leave it alone.
Leave it to my man. He's never wrong. But we're gonna
leave it to my man. He's only accountable in everywhere but the
girl. Anyways, I thought she was gonna talk about like our the gestures, or like when we I run across TikToks and like the unspoken rules in the relationship. So like I know if my man is if I know he's feeling type of way, or if I know he can't control his face, I know we're gonna grab his leg, squeeze it a couple of times. All right, let's reset. If my man is overwhelmed, and whoever this person that is overwhelming him, okay, let me jump in the conversation and redirect some of that attention towards me. Because once he gets flustered and it's like, all right, let me step in. You talk to me, what's going on? So it's like we have certain things that we know about each other. My man, like, he knows for me, I'm not getting up past a certain time.
Whew.
So leave him alone until he gets up and he's ready to.
And when he says him, he means him.
Yeah, he ready for me to embrace the world. So
please do not. It has to be life or death, or pre-planned. And when I say pre-planned, at least 3 weeks notice.
Girl.
A month notice. A month in advance. He doesn't think about it. But it's a glorious thing. But I love you.
I love the way.
I'm sorry.
I love the way you get excited about certain things and how you just go down your rabbit holes, or you just get lost in your thoughts, and just seeing how excited you get from having an idea and then different ideas branching off of that just through the conversation. And so it's like, oh, look at him. I get to be a part of that process of your brainstorming and, it coming to fruition. And I'm just like, oh, I got to see this from literally start to finish. Yeah. So it's just that passion behind. And sometimes I don't even know what my man's talking about, but I'll nod. And then I'll ask questions so he'll further explain it. Or if I just know I'm not going to get it, I'll just be like, well, he has the vision. And however you need me to support you, let me know. But I think it's just seeing that excitement in your eyes. And, you're just passionately talking about things. It's like, ooh, I want to see like what he's going to do next with this idea.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So,
wow.
I do like that.
And see, that's what I be talking about. How you're able to translate me just like that. Like, I don't even know what you be thinking. Because I be thinking sometimes when I go down those rabbit holes and rambling, that you're just like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Sometimes.
It may be very much so. But it's still like, just like you also see like you're reading the subtitles like, oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like you get it. You still get it without always having to understand.
Well, I get that you're passionate about it, so I'm like, okay, if it's going in a direction where I really don't understand what we're talking about, please, I'll ask questions. So, but other than that, yeah, I love hearing, your ideas, us sharing ideas and stuff like that. So,
indeed, because we smart,
intellectuals,
we're all smart and stuff.
We try. So, with this episode, we're gonna really be talking about preferences and attraction. So, I want to play a little game.
As always.
With the preferences notion. So what we're gonna be doing is the game is gonna be called Oh Snap. So if you like it, we're gonna snap.
Okay.
If you prefer this thing, we're gonna snap. If you don't, then you just don't.
Okay. No facial expression.
So with genre.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna call out alcohol, and if you like it, we'll snap.
Gotcha.
If you don't, okay. Ready? Tequila, Amsterdam, Hennessy, vodka, Crown. Okay. I'm very full. Oh shit. Okay. Wine. Patron.
Just slight, like in a drink. Like I'm not drinking the streets.
Patron. Oh, I said that. I'm sorry. Rum. That's rum. Margarita.
Ooh, yeah.
Wait.
Gasoline. Dame más gasolina.
Oh, we gonna rub it. Like rubbing half. Oof. Cocktail.
Yeah.
So
this is like drinking juice.
Oh, but it might sneak up on you though.
It's gonna sneak up on you, lightweight.
I'm not lightweight.
As I'm fighting for my life. No, I'm playing. I'm good.
Clear.
No. Oh. So many nights in college lives. It felt like it. I enjoyed it.
Gin. It depends. I'm like a half snap. It just depends.
It doesn't.
On the brand.
It doesn't. Not at all. Not over here.
My big sister put me on a good gin, so yes.
I can have it.
Right. So, but that Amsterdam gin.
Just gin in general.
Diesel. That's the old snap. That was it.
Oh, that was it?
That was it.
Oh, that was cute. That was cute.
We can kill because girl.
Okay, we
can go down the whole thing, and I was like, yeah, we do gotta get into some things. So, let's start with preferences and desirability and attraction. Let's start with in the gay community, a lot of discrimination, a lot of you can say preferences are tied to body types. I don't know what it is when it comes to attraction and body types. So let's talk about like what would our body types be considered as, and when we were like dating or maybe doing online dating, like what either discrimination that you either witnessed or experienced, and just what were people's like critiques or feedback of why they would or would not engage with you.
Okay, so I guess it's easier to start off, I guess, with like how I would be identified or how I was like when I was in the dating pool. I think a lot of individuals saw me as more of like I was slightly smaller, smaller back.
Okay.
Smaller back, petite. Okay.
No waist, huh?
Where? But no. I don't really know. I can't really necessarily put a label, but like, especially like on the profiles and stuff, like I would always say like I just had an athletic build. And beyond that, I then like kind of just accepted other little aspects of like, okay, I'm a nerd. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't really align with the body types outside of like, I knew I had an athletic build. Like, I saw the other labels of like a twink, a sub, like all the other things. I was just like, hey, here, how y'all doing? Like, and I can't necessarily say I ever really had a preference, but I just liked what I liked. Transparently speaking, like, I knew I liked my partner to be, or my individual of interest, especially on the apps. It was like, I would like them to be like nicely shaped, nicely proportioned, like natural, healthy, naturally proportioned.
So no BBLs?
I can't say that because if it was nicely proportioned,
okay.
Hey, but it was also but like for me, before we even got into the physicality, it was always, can you hold a fucking conversation? Because if that was my preference, a conversation of substance. If you couldn't get that, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
How about you?
So for it's gonna sound so shallow.
Speak your truth. This is your journey.
So for me, of course, everybody looks at me like the twink build. So a lot of people like slimmer guys. And I think I fall into that category. And I fall into also the category of like lighter skin complexion and long hair. So I'm not going to say that it was that people didn't peep my feminine qualities. Is what I will say. They couldn't capture that in a capture that in a photo. Because a lot of people, when they were engaged with me, they would go based off my profile pictures, and I would give like mass for mass feel. And then when we're either on the phone or I wasn't FaceTime anyway. When we was finally on the phone, they'll be like, I didn't think your voice would sound like that. So for me, I would go on the apps, but I wasn't like reaching out to people. I wasn't first to say hey. It was like when I got older, then I started to. But like when I was younger, I was just going there skimming because the apps would also show
who's been on your profile.
They would show who, So I would just at least look and then keep scrolling. And then, or if you can match with somebody. So if I click interested, but I would never say like, hey, I would wait for that person to be interested and then they would send me a message. I know. It was a whole tactic. Shallow. I know.
Not setting yourself up for rejection.
Right. That was part of it. And so the other thing was, I really also didn't have a type really, but I think, y'all don't hold me to the fire now. I think for me, it was the same thing as I want somebody who can hold a conversation, but I also want to be attracted to that person. And I wasn't, just because, you were light skinned or just because some profiles didn't have a picture.
Yeah.
So I think curiosity would, pique my interest. And I'll be waiting. Right. Sometimes you get somebody who's you're attracted to and somebody who is like,
see what?
And then it's like, but I think, right. And so I was like, okay, curiosity sometimes kill the cat.
Literally.
But it was never like about the body type. But I'm not gonna lie. Maybe when I was a little bit younger, I would gravitate more towards like slimmer or a little muscular. And as I got older, and I'm not saying like the standards were lowered or anything like that. It was just more as I matured, I was like, why am I excluding a group of people who do have good conversation, who is educated, who takes care of their skin and body. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, and you know, they also do look attractive when you but when you actually pay attention and, you know, not be so closed off.
Yeah,
Does
see
that
them
make
for
sense?
them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like just seeing them physically too. Like there are some, you know, attractive people, but I think we're just so quick to herb and put somebody in a friend category.
Yeah.
Because literally, once I put you in a friend category, I don't look at you sexually at all. And so I'm like, and I did find that hard with like some friendships as well, because I feel like also in the gay community, it can get tricky.
Yeah.
Because you might have certain intentions, but the other person has another set of intentions. And I'm not gonna say lost, but I'm no longer friends with certain people because I'm thinking that here we are building a bond in friendship, and all the while you just was getting close because you want something sexual.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me. So that's why I'm like, I never put no fats and no fems in my bio because it was never that. Because I love a sister. I do. I love a feminine guy because I feel like it's more fun. It is more fun, but when I saw that on other people's pages, what I can say is I did feel disgust. I never understood why, but I just know it just felt, I don't know, it felt like aggressive and it felt like rejection. Like, I don't know. It was just something that bothered me that you immediately like outcasted a certain group of people.
Like, really getting to know each and every quote unquote fat and or quote unquote feminine person. Yeah. You're just immediately like, no, I don't even want to try.
I think what it gave was perception.
Yeah.
Like you were more like what I want to say, like you were more, I don't want to say shallow, but like
you're prejudging. Like you're predetermining and based off of whatever experience or knowledge you might have of that particular community, not even that particular community, individuals that identify or whatever are a part of that community, or that particular label, I think is a better way to put it. Like, what is that based off of? Like, it just gives this ignorant, like, it's still very shallow, but it's just like this ignorant decision, ignorant and premature decision making of like, no, I just don't want. Because I think about it now, really quick, I'm gonna double dutch in. Two things, like when I would see those, I would just like not even attempt to show interest because I'm just like, my thing is like, I never really defined myself as ever too masculine or too effeminate. I was just always me. And
that's what I would tell them.
Right. And then my thing is that like some folks would see that how I am, and especially like when I do have the time and the capacity, like getting my nails done and everything too, like then I'm really my full self. And then it's just like, oh, because I know like a lot of individuals, like once they see that, oh, you get your nails done, it's like, yeah, you don't. Nasty. No, but no, not calling anyone that doesn't, but like in that regard, like because they do it in that really judgmental, condescending manner, and it's just like, you're nasty too. But
I was gonna say the word was condescending. I felt like it was almost like you're putting yourself like on a pedestal.
Yeah,
like,
that you're better than.
Yeah, that's the ick that I got from when they would put that in their bio.
Yeah. And yes, and I would feel that, and so I would just be like, oh, okay. But then also double-edged sword for me was like oh, sure, lost, because it's just like, but would I really want to be around someone who thinks like that?
Right.
And so I was just like, okay, well, bet you're lost, and you're just going to have a very limited world. So have that over there.
Right, and so. I wouldn't say it's like privilege, I guess, but I know like younger me, it was almost like I'm a very chill, very like relaxed person. So people would always tell me like, oh, you're not that gay, or they could see how I was in the middle because I wasn't wearing like crop tops and booty shorts, so I wasn't flicking my wrists, and the main reasons I didn't have all of that. So I think people were more comfortable when they saw like, oh, I might have a lighter voice, but I'm not that type of gay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You're palatable.
Yeah, and so I always felt comfortable just being me.
Yeah,
because I felt like it seemed like it was acceptable no matter who I engaged with. Now, of course, I may have had different experiences where people didn't think I was who I was, and when they got to know who I was, they was like, oh, it's too gay for me. Cause some people really wanted me like masculine, and I'm like, ugh, I can't. This is as deep as my voice can go. I'm sorry, So it's just like it was privilege. I feel like it was a type of not a passable privilege, because like I said, in the room that I walk in, I'm gay. But it's just like, if I could really turn it off, I could, if that makes sense. But as the older I got, I was like, literally, my thought process was, you're not my nigga. That was literally my thought process for anything. If you're not my nigga, I don't care what you think about me. I don't care if you want me to do this, that, and the third. I don't care if you don't like my conversation. Like, I don't care if I don't text you back. You're not my nigga. That was always my mentality. Like, you're not my nigga. So, I don't care. I'm gonna do things on my terms. I don't have to compromise for anything because you're not my man. So, in the long run, it worked for me. I'm pretty sure that's not everybody's mentality, but that was just me.
Yeah.
So it worked for me. I mean, other people probably wasn't satisfied, but at the end of the day, you're not my nigga.
And I think even in that, when we talk about preferences, I think folks tend to blur the lines with their standards. Like, I don't want to use the word expectations because that is that, and that is not what we want to bring, because preferences and expectations are pretty much twins. But like, when we think about like what you're talking about are standards of like engagement, standards of like who you're deciding to engage with and how you decide to engage with them, versus other instances folks are utilizing preference to pretty much ostracize and other folks and really put this positionality, like you stated before, of like, I'm up here and you're down there, like I'm better than you. The superiority complex. So it was just an interesting connection there.
Well, since you brought that up, let's talk about desirability politics. So I wanted to read a little bit of the definition and some things of how it kind of works.
Okay.
So with desirability politics refers to how social ideas of attractiveness are shaped by power structures like patriarchy and white supremacy, creating a hierarchy that influences who is valued, loved, and seen as a full human. It's about how social positioning such as race, gender, class, or ability impacts one's desirability and access to basic human rights. So they have different categories of how it affect how attractiveness and desirability is affected, like through social hierarchy. So it creates a social hierarchy based on conventional, oftentimes unattainable beauty standards, like the Eurocentric beauty standards. Internalized oppression, where people internalize their oppression and they perpetuate those same Eurocentric beauty standards, or by sometimes rejecting the folks who don't meet those standards, or possibly fetishizing those people. We have systemic influence, where the power structures like patriarchy, white supremacy, dictate who is deemed desirable. We have impact on individuals. So those people who do not meet those beauty standards are rejected, or face oppression due to what those beauty standards are, and not fitting into those. So they might feel loneliness, or they might feel discriminated towards are not appreciated or valued in society. And then you have it just applications across community where in many communities, discussions around like queer desires and how it intersects with racism, misogyny, fat phobia.
Well, and immediately what came to mind when you started giving us the definition and the various varieties of desirability politics. Like immediately I think about it's like, but who decided the beauty standard, right? But then also on top of that, I think about what are we always presented as beautiful, and how was it presented? Barbie. Look at the toys that our kids see. Look at the TV shows that are out there. Look at the movies that are put out there. Who is always the lead character? What do they look like? Like whenever there's a damsel in distress, what do they look like? Whenever there is, I think about even just the whole thing, like the whole system of it all, like how you see so many depictions of what love, what beauty looks like, right? And just recently, we started seeing images of Black queer love or Black gay love, like actually hitting mainstream. We saw Pose, we had Legendary, like we had a lot of different examples. And then, yep, go ahead.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to say we don't have a lot of examples.
Well, we just recently got them.
Recently got a few examples, but if you've noticed, a lot of queer relationships are interracial. It seems like we want to be inclusive, but we still wanted to make it a little bit more palatable for all audiences.
For everybody.
So we're going to throw an interracial relationship to keep people still engaged. So even if you don't find this one attractive, you find that one attractive. You know,
because the proximity to whiteness.
Right. And so I was going to say, we can say that desirability, what you're saying is like desirability is political.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we've been doctrinated to believe that a certain look is what's deemed desirable, and if you don't fit this look, then you're othered, basically.
And then I think it also, yes, and I think about how it really thwarts our own mental thinking, our own psyche of how we therefore define beauty, because I think about what that does to you as the individual. Like if I'm seeing, and I think about it even growing up, I would see all these depictions of what masculinity looked like, and it was always these white men half dressed and just like out of breath after taking 2 steps. I'm like, what is this? But then I think about the very few depictions of Black male or Black masculinity that was on mainstream television, outside of like what I had in my home of my dad. But like with television, it was always still like the aggressor, like the aggressive person, always loud, always rambunctious, but strong. Doesn't cry, but strong. Like doesn't understand all the things that's going on, but strong. Like, and you can fight your way through everything. And it's like, but what if I don't fit that? I'm not a fighter. If I have to, but I'm not a fighter. So does that therefore thwart my or diminish my opportunity to be a handsome man, a full outright like attractive, desirable man, because I'm not aggressive like that? Like verbally, yeah. Physically, hey, calm down. Calm down, because I fear myself more than I fear other people. I don't know when I'm gonna stop. So that's just me. Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, what we deem as desirable is masculine, white, those European features. So, the blue eyes, the blonde hair. Like we said, Barbie was the standard of beauty, and so it's like as we go further down the line, now we started to incorporate. Let's not further down the line. Let's incorporate Black folks, but what you'll see, I know growing up for me, what I saw a lot of Black folks like in commercials, they have to have the 3C hair, the curly hair, light skin, maybe green or hazel eyes, looking very, kind of exotic. They're not, something close to that whiteness. We can also talk about, if we want, like I said, when we trickle down further down the line into the queer. First, the queer started with white people, I feel like. It's just to make it easier. Because we already had the conversation, like, white people make up like 70% of the country. Or 60% of the country. So it's like, of course they're gonna broadcast the white people first. And then before we got to all black couples, we got to the interracial. And I feel like the big mainstream, they mainly push out the interracial couples. Now, when you get a black-led film, a black production, that's where we get those black couples and this black love. Because I felt like, I don't know how many TV shows where you see an all-black family. I mean, of course, we had our Family Matters. We had the Fresh Prince. Now you're starting to get...
some, but then also think about the distribution of some of those shows.
Right.
Like Bel Air is only on Peacock. Miss Pat show is only on BET.
Right.
What else?
But for the longest, FX. That's why FX owes some of those black communities a lot. Because like I said, we had Living Single. We had a couple of other different...
That's what they do.
We had a couple of black shows on Fox that helped build them up. Because we were looking at the shows that they produced, and it's like, then once they got to where they are, they cut those black shows.
Because they were able to duplicate the prototype.
And now they can create what they want to a larger audience. But we're the ones that help build them up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're the architects and the consumers.
And it's like, now y'all don't fit the audience that we're looking for. So it's like, now we need to provide more shows. That's why I used to hate cancellations of good shows, like what was the country?
Lovecraft Country.
That Underground. So many black shows that were canceled, especially on HBO, that were canceled. I felt like for no good reason, because they were all good produced.
And they had the viewership.
Yes, they did. But I felt like once you got new owners and what their vision of what the mass audience, white people, would want to look at, black people are not, or black stories are not what people are willing to look at.
But I find that interesting that, like, when we still come back to the overarching concept of desirability politics, it was the black women that colonizers lusted after.
Right.
Like,
but wasn't that part of one of the things I said? How they fetishized it.
They fetishize it. And then my thing is just like, and when you were kind of walking us through and explaining the concept of how, like, we build the audience, we build the following for you, and then once you get what you need out of us, we're no longer the fit. We're no longer the fit. And it's just like, how, and when you said that, the thought came to mind, it's like, how can I was the mold. How can the mold no longer fit? Like, I created the foundation. I'm the one that, like, and not saying me as an individual, but like we as a people, like Living Single specifically, I think about how that started out with what it was, and then they shifted it to Friends. And it's like, girl, no originality. But we want to have preferences.
Okay. So I also want to make up another an article from Everyday Feminism by Harry Zayed. It's 3 reasons dating, attraction, and desire are always political. And I'm just going to, I read through the whole thing, but I'm going to pull out a few things, the headlines that it talked about. So it said sexuality and preferences are not completely innate. And so she went into detail about how certain cultures, there's in a country, I think it's Samabia. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Oh, Zambia. The culture is that men, they have, young men have sex with other men, and before they start courting women, and when they're courting women, they have sex with both of them. And they only become heterosexual after they've had a child. And that's just the culture. There's like no label of you being gay, straight, or whatever. That's just what the culture is.
So is it like a ritual, or is it just like their culture that you just it's like because like when you said they just start having sex with men first.
It's almost like a ritual of like coming into adulthood.
Okay.
So you're having sex with other men, and then I guess when you want to court a lady, you can have sex with either or, and then once you have your first child, then you're just a heterosexual.
What happens to women?
I'm pretty sure they marry that woman.
No, I mean, like, do they have the same option of their own sexual exploration of liberality?
That I don't know. It was mainly focused on men with the study.
Okay.
Because that's what they do. So I'm not sure if women are, pure and they just stick with the man. I'm not sure. But that was just an example of showing how sexuality can be influenced. We all still believe that it's innate, that you're born to who you're attracted to. Like I can't just say I'm attracted to women. I have to feel that.
Right.
And so I feel like with this, it's a ritual. So they could be attracted to both, or they could be just attracted to one, but because of the ritual, this is something that's influenced.
Yeah.
Not saying that being gay is having a gay agenda. I'm just saying this is what happens in their culture.
Because then I still question. Never mind. That's going to take us down another rabbit hole. Go ahead.
Okay. So they was also looking at like twins. They're saying like 52% of the time either both twins are straight or both twins are gay. So it's like a 50-50.
Interesting.
But there's those times where one could be straight, one could be gay. But it's the percentage is much lower. So they were also talking about beauty standards, how it's influenced depression, which we kind of just talked about, and how people internalize that.
Absolutely.
And so with the third point that was making us of how the beauty standards can also be harmful, because not even just through attraction, intimacy that person wants to get to know you, it's also how people treat others.
Absolutely.
So like when it comes to like court systems, jurors might find people who are more attractive, they might be more open to finding them innocent than people who are less attractive. Or
tall people versus short people, because y'all always tend to prefer these tall folks. And it's just like, it's not our fault that God bless you to be a Sasquatch. Okay? We are travel size for y'all convenience. Because
short king.
Because if we were our fullest capacity, y'all wouldn't be able to take, because we're already a problem at our height. Just imagine where I would have been at 6'5". You guys, y'all would be sick of me.
Right.
Y'all already can't take it, but y'all would be sick of me if I was taller. Because I tell them at work and everywhere, spiritually I'm 7'5".
You would be
a problem.
Really.
A whole fucking storm.
Because you can already hear
everywhere I go.
You can hear him before you see him. So just imagine him walking into a room, child.
Greetings and humble salutations. I'm here. Let's get to work.
Okay. And also that's where you also come into colorism, ableism, fat phobia. Yeah. That's where all those things come.
Others,
because of what people find desirable. Able body. So it's white, masculine, able body. That was the things.
I just also wonder, because when we think about how these all these different beauty standards and everything came about, how these beauty standards and everything came about, like you said, really thinking about the impact that it has, the impact and the lingering effects that it has on folks. Because it's like you're saying that this is the beauty standard that is only attainable for that one individual person, because everyone's beauty is, honestly, no shade, and you correct me if I'm wrong, predetermined by your genetics. Like, and then of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But then also but how you look is how you look. Right. That's predetermined by your genes. So you gotta help me. Yes, guy.
No, what I was gonna say was, I feel like I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna say that. I feel like you said how you look, your features, your physicality is determined by your genes. It's the social construct that
we have to get to that space of accepting that.
Everything that blurs those lines of what's attractive and what's not, because some people might look at people who's like in Nigeria, Ethiopia, and might not find them attractive because of their bone structures, and their big foreheads, and their dark skin. Or if you look at people in the Philippines, you might not like them because of the way that their teeth looks, or how, you know, I call it, you know, same thing with Asians, same thing with East Asians, same thing with Middle Eastern people. You know, there's something that people may not find attractive, but that's the features that they were born with. Right. And it's just like, what somebody in America might find attractive is not what people in Africa find attractive. Absolutely. It's not the same thing what people in the Middle East find attractive. You get what I'm saying?
Very well so.
But it's something about this is what I feel. Because Europeans have dominated most of the globe, they've indoctrinated, or they influenced so many cultures to believe that we're better than. And so that's why,
because you have to perpetuate the lie.
And the thing is, everybody's getting close to whiteness, but not for the same reason. You get what I'm saying? I feel like America is heavily influenced on beauty. I feel like some other cultures are heavily influenced on social status, class, capitalism. Like, I feel like
within those.
Yeah, and beauty will trickle in. But the thing is, a lot of European people objectify those people.
Yeah.
And so they might feel that they're attractive. They might feel better than, because these Europeans are treating them better than.
But it's tokenization.
Right. So I feel like that's where that comes in. So I feel like different cultures are trying to get closer to whiteness for different reasons.
And even in that, but again, that goes back to what I said earlier, that they have to perpetuate the lie. The lie is this thing that we've been saying of, it's not even white supremacy, it's white delusion, because no one ever established who gave them the authority to make them the supreme race. It wasn't even a race. There were no such things as races until they decided to begin this caste system in the first place of separation. They had to find a way to establish a natural order of things that was unnatural. Like, we got to understand what's happening here. And then now we're looking at how that has, like, insidiously, like, gotten into not even the politics, but even to the hearts of, like, just us being human beings. I know that was really metaphysical to get to that far, but, like, I'm really just, like, at the space of, like, really thinking about how this is fucking up not only how we think, not only how we commune and connect with folks, but also how we love people. Think about how many people are still out here, like, lonely, alone, isolated, because of this fucked up concept of preferences and what this standard of beauty is and who I should be paired with, because if I present like XYZ, then I have to be with someone that's 9, 10, 11, because I can't be with someone that's 1, 2, 3, because I know a lot of quotations and stuff. You caught it. See, getting me. That's the frustrating piece. I think it's getting to a space that we really have to like understand ourselves and accept ourselves for us first. And this goes back to a lot of the previous episodes that we've been talking about, because we've been talking about in the season, my body, my choice. How are you conducting and controlling your body if you're not really even having full autonomy of the choices that you're making? Society's making these choices for you.
And I feel like it's getting progressively worse.
Yes.
Because straight men can't eat shrimp without it being gay. They can't
blow out candles,
eat a hot dog or a banana.
With Fabulous.
Yeah.
But your name's Fabulous.
So it's like, let's shrink it all the way down. Because I know we broaden it out.
Yeah.
Let's shrink it all the way down to the gay community. And I just feel like I feel like, well, with this one, I feel like we got to a space where black people and the white and the black community and the gay community is kind of separate.
Not even kind of, it is.
Because we realized that the whites are not going to include us. And so now we've reached a point where that's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to just create our own, which is fine with us because we have more fun anyway.
Listen.
We have more fun. We have better music and better food. No
the only
shade.
gag is like the white gay organizations, entities, collectives, they get all the funding.
They get a lot of funding. We also get a lot of funding too.
For the, yeah.
We maybe not as much, but we do.
But it's also, but that still also aligns with. Never mind. I ain't gonna go down that path. Go ahead.
But what I can say across the board, we're all focused on the physicality of things, and this is how this can all relate back to desirability politics, because now we're focused on who is physically fit, again, able-bodied,
who's presenting well.
Now, there was a thing of light skins versus dark skins. I think we kind of got better with that. But it's like who's mask for mask, who's really masculine. So I feel like those things still tie in of like what's attractive, because most people are looking for a gym rat or somebody who's quote unquote like thuggish. So it's like they want that masculine presenting and attractive, because I feel like a lot of gays also seek like straight men.
Yeah, the fetishizing.
So because they can't get the straight man. Oh, if he gets a DL man, you're really on the top of the pedestal. That's how that's what a lot of gays feel. I was one of those gays, so that's what I'm saying. I feel like once you quote unquote got a DL man, you felt like you were better than the others because you can pull a straight presenting man. And so it's like we're still on this heel of like trying to pull away from those Eurocentric masculine patriarchal desires. We're trying to get away from that, but I feel like we're more open to dating feminine men who wear wigs, men who put on nails, men who are non-binary, or people who are non-binary, so androgynous. I think we're kind of,
and folks are also becoming more open. I don't want to say more open, and this might be leaning or stretching it too much, but there are individuals that are pursuing relationships with transgender, transsexual individuals as well. Yeah. Like that's a preference too.
It's like we're slowly getting there, but it's like we still have a hold to the patriarchal desires. So
because that's comfort. Because we have to think about it as well. Where do we go if we leave all that behind? Like, and I mean, granted, I firmly believe it's in our history. It's in what the infrastructures, the social constructs that we need already existed, because gay people, queer people, non-binary people, two-spirit people have been around for as long as human beings been around. So like this is not new. So it's just like we have to find a way to better articulate safely, like I guess you could say preserve, or like not safely preserve, safely preserve, or safely like give people the space to just be who they are. Like, and if you find attraction to their spirit, to their mind, like, and then their body, then maybe you got something there. But I think a lot of the times, like you lifted it before, we're always leaning in towards physicality first, but you might have body but no brains. Just saying. And I mean, some people, that might be some people's preference too.
People they can manipulate.
And you can't manipulate me.
So, but I also feel like going back to what you're saying about we've been around for so long, and we know the struggles of how long it took for gay people to be out in pride. And those things, I feel like some of it is also sheltered in safety.
Yeah. Oh,
you know, because we can talk about the intersectionality of like, or the parallels of racism and queer identity, because they do go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And I feel like safety is one of those things, because some people want to be deemed as passable. So, you know, you had the black people who can pass as white. We have the gays who can pass as straight. They don't have to deal with as much headache, conflict, controversy.
Explanation.
They don't have to deal with any of that. Somebody would have to literally, they wouldn't have to question if you're gay, because they see you as a straight presenting person. You know, so I know that plays a factor into it, which is influenced by society.
Yeah.
You also have, like I said, the being physically fit, because you know what is deemed attractive, you know you can pull more people, and that can or you can use your physicality as opportunity.
Yeah.
Whether it's in
leverage
business or whether it's in the dating pool, like, you know,
social status.
Yeah, you can elevate your social status that way. And it's just like, it would be the same thing with racism. So people who are more, so we don't have the passable people now. We have lighter skinned folks. We have people who are really pretty. They can go on and get a job over the dark skin with the 4C textured hair, you know. So they have parallels, and it's basically the same. I feel like a lot of people don't see that, which is why we also get a lot of harp from the black community, straight black community specifically, because they're not seeing that the two go hand in hand.
Well, I think a lot of that is because there's no communication.
There's a lot of communication. Is that people are more focused on the biblical aspect of things.
I agree that there's a lot of communication. I don't agree because, like, who are they talking to? A pastor having a conversation or preaching across the pulpit is not having a conversation. You sitting down with a collective of other pastors talking about the issue without talking to the individuals that you're saying are the issue is not having the conversation. A conversation has never been had with the religious collective, the black community leader collective, the black leadership of the community collective, and the black queer community. That conversation has never happened. And I can speak to that because being a part of black pride organizations that actually try to facilitate those, the black hetero community did not show up. So we consider like, yeah.
I was gonna say them. I feel like I have seen that, and to me, I still feel like because they're so indoctrinated. What you said, was it you or somebody else who was like, the white man came with the Bible? Maybe it was somebody else. The white man came waving the Bible. You looked up, now black people are waving the Bible, and the white man then took their land. And so it's like, I feel like that's where we are still, where the black church is so indoctrinated with what God wants for everybody, what God says, and they're not realizing that they're trying to enforce these quote unquote rules, laws, expectations, and hurting the same people within their community. And it's like they don't see that. They feel like they're helping. I feel like that's what a lot of Christian folks, they feel like they're helping by hurting. So they can manipulate you into living the way that they think you're supposed to live.
Yes, and they're playing copycat because they're doing exactly as NASA has done.
Right.
Because if we think about it, looking at what the white evangelicals have done, when we look at how they have really taken even religion and made it its hooker. Like, literally, they are the nastiest pimp I've ever seen. And I've never seen a pimp before outside of the movies. So based off of those caricatures, this U.S. government, wigging them, they're some nasty ass pimps. Like, because the way they have taken religion and made it just this deplorable hooker, this deplorable, like, Jezebel, that you can pimp out and do whatever you want and say, no, this isn't the name of my religion. This is the, but then like you stated, you're harming people. Like like that's not my place. So I just think about how, because when they learn, once the white people sat up here and got their system in place and then got the indoctrination rolling, like you stated, we don't need to keep managing the system. The system is perpetuating itself. We can now shift our attention to go over here, get this shmoney, and get this land, because that's exactly what they're doing right now. They had to go through the process of true indoctrination, of really getting people to see the way they see things, pointing the finger to the same collective of individuals that they're the problem. No, motherfucker, we've been here before your bitch ass got here.
And then you can also say that that's also part of that patriarchy, desirability. I feel like with America specifically, like I said, white, able-bodied, masculine, you can throw Christians in there too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, let's trickle it all the way back down to the black community. If you bring somebody home that's atheist, baby, your mom looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even if you bring someone home, in the black, well, depending on your area, like New Orleans, I can see it. Like if you bring someone home that's Catholic, you might be able to flow. But like if you bring someone home to a black family that's not within like the Islamic faith, like that's Muslim, you're going to be looked at crazy. Like if you bring home anyone that's not Christian, if you're from a Christian home, you okay?
Confucianist. What
okay.
are you talking about?
It's like either Christian, and then those that are a part of the other religious alignments or the religious beliefs, like the expectations that you're bringing someone of the same faith home.
And that's why I'm like, even though a lot of people might not recognize it, we can still say that the desirability politics of it all is political.
Yeah.
And it still drives a force hundreds of years later, because it's like we've been so indoctrinated from slavery on down.
Yeah.
It's just like we don't know anything else. And what I criticize the black community so hard about is that we don't stick together about anything. Luckily, we stuck together about civil rights, and we was able to get people on board to stick with that. But even in the beginning of that was a little shiesty, because people didn't see the vision. They didn't think it was gonna work, and they didn't want to go. They didn't want to cause more problems for themselves,
right?
If it didn't work. So, I feel like a lot of black folks, we don't stay on board with the same things, and we don't realize that the weakest of us are the most exploited of us. Yeah. It's like what dictates how the rest of us are going to be treated. Because if you allow if you allow someone of a quote unquote lower status than you be treated a certain way, what's to say they won't change the expectations, or they change?
I've got something even better for you there. The moment you allow someone that's quote unquote less than you, of the same race, of the same community, of the same collective, to be mistreated, all you're doing is making space for you to be next. Because go ahead.
That's you now.
I mean, that's where we are now. Because like looking at what these people are doing now, it's just like vexing my spirit to the umpteenth degree. Like, how does the Department of Education sit up here and say, yeah, educators aren't a profession anymore? Nigga, this is your department. So you're literally setting yourself up to invalidate yourself. So therefore, technically, nothing you say is valid. I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, but this is what we want. This is what we preferred. So stepping it so this even shows how preference is political. Because when we take it out of the dating world and we take our beliefs, our values, the beautiful things that we like to utilize about y'all decision y'all made last November, and now y'all fucked around and found out, and still finding out. Like, when we think about that, because of y'all preferences, these are the consequences of us being closed-minded and limited in our thinking, that, if they have, then that's going to take away from me. y'all see how they've been able to move and make whatever happen. So this also, I think, could take, I think this also takes back to even the concept of dating again. You don't know what another individual is capable of if you don't give them an opportunity to show you. You're automatically and immediately making a preconceived notion of, you're casting prejudgment on them, and you don't even know their name. You just know their Snapchat or their little profile name that they made up 2 minutes before they started that profile. Like, you know nothing about them other than what they look like. That's gross. Grow up.
Or sometimes just stand firm in who you are dating, because somebody might say, oh, they're not good enough, or you deserve better, or this, that, and that third. But based off of maybe sometimes physicality or financial status, or, you know, back then it was social status. So it's like, if somebody doesn't fit those things, but you love their personality, you love what they bring to the relationship, stand firm.
If you're getting what you need,
don't sway because of somebody else's influence. So that's what I feel like. What we're trying to say. Also, I feel like we should say that who you desire or who you're attracted to is not wrong.
Right.
It's not wrong. It's just that just be more aware of, like, why do you think that these people are more attractive than this person? Is it just physicality? Or is it also other things like personality, their drive, maybe what they do? You know what I'm saying? Like other interests that'll contribute to that attraction, not just the physical part.
I mean, I might be reaching here, but that's okay. That's what I do, and I'm Aquarius. I'm gonna push your buttons. We could also probably practice a little bit more emotional intelligence in our communication tactics. Because I think, like, because I think about it, like, in those times when I was in those spaces, literally that was the only thing, like, literally no fats, no fems, no blacks, no Asians, whatever. And then it was just like, whoa. And then there were instances, no tops, no bottoms, no verse, I was just like, girl, who hurt you?
Literally.
But it's just like, because, like, when we're so quick to give a list of no's, what are you going to say yes to? Because if you're saying no to so many things, one, let's be reminded, the dating pool is small as fuck. And as y'all have already stated, my good single friends out here that I've already mentioned, like, the dating pool is garbage as of late. Everybody is just looking for a handout, a little hole to fill, and a place to sleep.
Ooh.
So, all those things. And so it's just like, when we think about all of that, it's just really, it really makes you sit and really think about, like, okay, so what are y'all doing?
Well, I wanted to kind of transition into us talking about, like, preferences versus types. Because a lot of people get offended. They get caught up in these stories that they hear, and they want to correct people on their preference choices versus what a type is. So a preference is a general liking for one thing over another. Like a specific food or a type of personality trait. And a type is more specific and often repetitive pattern of preferences. So you're constantly dating the same type of person, whether it's personality or physical trait. And so I know a lot of people throwing out colorism.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get offended when they see that a man has dated more, or only, I'm gonna say only light-skinned women. Or maybe, what else would it? A woman has only dated maybe light-skinned men. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the colorism comes in. Or you don't date anybody that's in a wheelchair or missing a limb or disabled. So it's just like people get offended, and I struggle with this. This is where I'm about to be problematic. I struggle with this hard because I'm like, and people want to tell people, like, what's the difference between a preference and a type. And I understand that because you would date one over the other. But it's like, who are you to tell somebody who they should date, or who are you to make somebody feel bad because they only date light skins, or because they only? And I'm like, I get what y'all are saying. Maybe within the dating portion or with the interaction of other people, they must have excluded those other. So maybe like if a group of girls, light skin and dark skin, approach them, they must, some people I guess exclude those dark skins and would only engage with the light skins. That's where I can see that being an issue. But if we're talking about somebody who's only engaging and talking to a specific type, if that's what they like, who are we to tell them you're wrong for only? And I mean, we just had a whole conversation about desirability and attraction. And so this is why I guess I want to be challenged, because I'm like, I want people to challenge their thinking and ideas and attraction. Not everybody's going to be there. But it's also on the flip side of like, who are we to tell somebody who you're dating is wrong? You know what I'm saying? That you need to expand your dating pool. You know?
We're not. And listening to what you were saying, I definitely agree and align with that. Because it's like you like what you like, number one. Because I think instead of us being in a position of dictating or isolating or othering one another, maybe we lean in with more curiosity of seeking or understanding why. Like, why have you only dated light-skinned folks, or folks with really nice hair, or folks with the hazel eyes? Because in certain situations, in certain instances, I can think about a few of my former colleagues, associates, whatever, because of where they were located, that's all that was available. Like, I think of, like, going back to the Black queer community, like, most dating for some of us started online before we actually had like an in-person someone. Like, and when I say that, like, at least just talking to other queer people, like, at least for me, that that was my truth until I got to college. And it was like, oh, okay, and there's a variety of us. So yes,
all different experience.
Yeah. So I just think about that in that regard, that it's like, they like what they like for a reason. Instead of like yucking their yum, gain better understanding. And it's just in that same breath, though, those that are liking what they like, be considerate of how you present your preference or your type, because some of y'all can be assholes and just be real offensive and rude, and that too is a type as well.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Is it how they're treating other people around them? So, like, if you, let's just say they're colorists, people are projecting that onto them. Is it because they're treating dark-skinned women a certain way, or is it because they're only dating light-skinned women? And I feel like there's such a difference that I feel like if somebody's preference is, I want to date light-skinned women, I don't feel like they should have the label of being colorist. That's just their type. Like I said earlier, we had light skins versus dark skins. So many women would say, or so many gays would say, I want to date light skin. I don't want to date any darkies. Would say, I only want to date dark skins. You know, I don't want to date light skins. So that was a whole thing when I was in high school. I remember that. That was a whole thing. So it's like, I don't want to put that label onto people if they're not engaging with the other people in a disrespectful way. You get what I'm saying? Like, so if they're not excluding those people, then I don't see how you can put that label on them. But I also don't want you to berate and make these people feel a certain type of way because they only date a certain people. Even if when it comes to people who are disabled, not everybody's going to have the mental capacity or want to seek the knowledge of what it takes to use the correct verbiage around disabled people, what it is that we need to look out for if they need access to certain things, looking up different restaurants, different activities that are accessible to disabled people. Not a lot of people are going to go out their way for that. And I want to say I do want to challenge those people to be more open-minded. And if you do find this person attractive, focus on their personality. And if you really want to get to know this person, I feel like just like with anybody, you would take the time to figure out what their likes and dislikes are. You want to make sure if you want to impress them, you want to take them to a nice restaurant, or you want to take them on a nice date. So you're going to research this, that, and the third. So I feel like it's a tricky line, is what I'm getting at. Of like, how do we distinguish putting this exact label on somebody versus somebody who's just not aware or does not want to, or who's willfully ignorant?
Labels limit. And I will say, the only thing I'll say in connection to what my hubby was saying is the moment that we allow ourselves to like get trapped into the whole system of labeling and not necessarily, labeling and this whole preferencing typing, like you're limiting yourself. You're limiting what is actually possible for you. Because I still go back to your own experience and your own preferences are just that. I still lean into the wonder of why. It's just also just still honing in and thinking about what is it that you truly want? Because again, I think a lot of us, because of how media and society have groomed us and indoctrinated us to believe that beauty fixes all things. And if you don't have the beauty, you need to get the money, so therefore you can get beautiful, and then that'll fix all things. And that is not true. Like, you being happy with yourself with someone else that's happy with themselves is the peace that you're seeking. Like that's the real beauty that we're all seeking. So that's what I have to say to that.
Well, I was gonna say, I think people, two things. One, I feel like people are more focused on the aesthetic. Being that power couple where we both are attractive, we both have steady income, we both have athletic build, this, that, and the third. That way, when we have kids, we'll have these beautiful kids, and our legacy will transcend to beauty. And then I also feel like the question I was posing of that, knowing that tricky line, I feel like when you go to, if somebody tries to put that label on you, I think you then should internalize that question of, am I this? And then reflect on how you've treated other people outside of whatever that is that you desire. So if my answer is, I like this over this because this, then that's the problem right there. Like, because of our issue with this, I feel like that's the problem already. You already grouped all of these people in this group of people
because of one experience,
because of either one experience or whatever. And so now your whole desirability for this person is based off of your rejection of this person. I feel like that is a problem, because not everybody's going to fit. Not all dark skin are the same type of people. Not all light skins are the same type of people. Not all Asians, all black folks. We're not all the same.
It kind of, preferences and types also kind of present a minute formation of control.
You
to
think
me,
so?
I think so, because it's like, it's saying to me, in order for you to be of quality, to be of standard, to be on my level, you can't be these things. Because think about it, a lot of people want to be wanted. A lot of people go through a lot of extremes, Decepticons, to be whatever it is that they think the other person wants them to be for the sake of being with someone.
Whatever you want to be.
So it definitely, and then once they see, and let's call it a thing, especially the narcissists in the world, like once they see and understand the power that they have, they take it to hell.
They do. Yeah. And I agree with you 100%. I just want people, I don't want people to antagonize or like berate other people for their choices, because I even get a little frustrated with interracial relationships. People, black gay community, they always feel like they see a lot of black gays, once they become famous, they see them with white people. And they are so quick to berate them, but they don't take the time to listen to what those black gays have said who've become successful. And they're like, we've reached this level where there's not... If we think that the gay dating pool is small in our city, think of rich, successful black men, gay black men,
that have
what their dating pool looks like.
People on their level.
Even smaller. So they don't come across a lot of other black gay individuals
that are on their level.
It's predominantly white people. And it's so, and you know, with, I guess sometimes maybe they have tried to date somebody who's not as financially successful as them. And those insecurities kick in. It never works out because of whatever the case may be. But when you're dating somebody on the same dating pool level, all you see is white folks.
And I want to just add another little another narrative to enthrall and to tie into that too. It's like I still lean into the why. Like, why did it end up that? And again, hey, you love who you love. I just prefer to love black. Caramel, preferably here.
Right.
But I think about what has happened in that individual's experience for them to result to finding that individual. Because when they do finally become successful, they could be looking. But then I also think about, you had to have had experiences before you became famous to finally settle and say, yes, this is the person I want to be with. Like, I just think about that. We have to sometimes take ownership and look in the mirror that we're the problem too.
But my thing also is, who says it's a problem for them? It's only society who finds it a problem. So
no. What I'm saying is, like, when society's finding a problem, well, specifically the black queer society is finding an issue with the interracial relationship.
Right.
But it's like, if you have such a problem with it, have you ever sat to reflect and wonder why they even resulted in having to go and date and be with the white person? We're the problem too.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. Because I was also like, that's what I say, it's a fine line. Because it's also like, why do I have to prove myself to you? Or why do I have to explain myself to you? If I like what I like and I'm getting what I like, just because you have a problem with the image that's presented doesn't mean I have a problem. So why should I sacrifice who I am and what I like to appease you?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, I get where society may come into play, but it's also like, if they're throwing out these labels or questions, I feel like we should internalize those questions, reflect on it, and am I isolating out a certain group of people based off of rejection? Or is it because I'm truly attracted to this type of person, and this is because we can go outside of appearance. We can say my type is somebody who's smart, somebody who's well educated, or we can say my type is somebody who's athletic. We can say my type is somebody who loves to travel. You know, those are different things. I'm just like, are we saying we like this because this is what we're truly attracted to, or are we saying we like this because we're rejecting this and we're gonna isolate this out?
I don't think folks look at it in an exclusionary manner. I think they look at it based off of their awareness and their need for protection or safety to a degree. I think awareness is lying in what they know, what they don't like.
Right.
But maybe they can't articulate or define what it is exactly that they do like and or want. And then the protection is because of past experiences. To them, they may not feel that type of person is safe. So therefore, they have bottled all them or grouped all those folks together that no fats, no fems. Because I've had a poor experience, or I've seen someone else have a negative experience. Because I can see, unfortunately, the archetype that society has put out about our black femme community of being very messy, cantankerous, and drama oriented.
Right.
That whenever they don't get the way, they out you, and it's just like, it's usually more to it than that, but okay.
And I want to add to that. Sometimes you don't even have to have a negative experience. I feel like your environment influence, like you said earlier, your environment influences that, because you might grow up in an environment where you've dated only this particular type of person, that when you finally move, you're looking for that same person because that's what you're used to, or that's what you're comfortable with.
They all out, they fresh out.
Right, so when something outside of that comes to you, you're like, wait a minute. So, it's a little different. I don't know if I want to, and if it doesn't work out, you were reverting back to, let me go back to finding what I know. You know what I'm saying?
That didn't work, but I'm gonna mind my business.
So I'm just saying, challenge your dating pool. Challenge it.
And I think in challenging your dating pool is going to challenge you. And really, how do you view yourself? And what do you feel you actually are worth? Because sometimes what you're worth isn't in the nose. It's in, flip it. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with that. It's not in all the no fats, no fems. It's really more focusing on what it is that you're, not in the physicality. That's what it is. It's not in the physicality. It's in the essence of who the person actually is.
Yes. Because I've talked to somebody who was, I guess you can say, quote unquote, disabled. I've talked to light skinned people. I've talked to dark skinned people. I've talked to thicker guys. Like, I've never really like made somebody feel uncomfortable. I feel like maybe because I don't like rejection. I don't want to be that person that rejects somebody else. And it's not like I'm doing things out of pity. It motivated me to at least get to know people. So I'm always, for a long time, I'm always like, let me get to know you for as long as possible before we even move to the next step. Right. Unless I need like heated fellowship, which was very slim. But for a lot of the time, I made sure I got to know each and every person, because I just need to know who I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I would agree. Same thing. Like the gamut of individuals that I've just even entertained, to the folks that I've talked to the folks that like they had a title or a connection or something. Like some were just, whoa, what did I do? But focusing on the topic at hand, it was always really the intentionality of like, I was really big on you get what you give. Not you get what you get what you give, but what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I did not, there was no representative that went before me. This is me. And folks couldn't take that, because what I came to learn and understand, they were still figuring out who the fuck they were. So they had to send a representative. So definitely in that same space.
You're not my nigga. This is my nigga. This is my nigga. So
that's it.
So you know it's time for
tipsy talking, baby.
Tipsy talk.
I'm feeling this drink. Y'all probably heard
really
it.
Really good.
Smooth operator.
So what I want to talk about is, you know how there's gays out here who like to expose, or there's women who go in through their men's phones and like to expose their men for being DM. So I want us to focus on another list that men could be exposed for. Let's create a list of things that women, because I know women have the T app, putting this man is cheater, whatever. Let's create our own little list of what we think women are gay. Anybody should be exposing men for.
Bad hygiene.
Yes. Oh my God, like bad breath.
Because anything, bad hygiene, you don't shower on a regular basis, you don't maintain your hair, you don't wash your face.
You don't wipe your ass properly. I need you to show the dookie drawers as evidence. Like, I need you to expose these men. Yes. What they say, if you came past the white drawers or the white towel challenge, expose that man.
That's nasty.
Right. I need us to expose men who don't take care of their kids.
All the way. All the time. Twice on Sunday.
Whether you're not paying child support, whether you're not showing up for your kids, whether you don't communicate or call your kids, I need us to expose those type of men.
I would say niggas that can't keep a job. Because no shade, even if you can't keep a job, nigga, you need to be somebody's entrepreneur that's actually banking and busting some money. Because there is no reason now with the advancement of technology, and everybody got a phone, even an Obama phone, those are still in service still to this day. You can get a little chat GPT going and get a little something popping in DoorDash, 2 weeks tops.
Lyft, web design.
There's options. Y'all sitting up here taking y'all baby mama's cars to sit up here and go fuck around with these other ladies, because they're not that. You can take that car to go DoorDash. Be a courier. Go get some money. Because that don't make no sense.
Work from home.
But then we sit up here and complain that the foreigners and all the other unwantables are taking away all jobs. Nah, nigga, your lazy ass is taking away your jobs, because since you're not applying, employers have no choice but to offsource or outsource their jobs. And also, some are just being cheapskates. But go ahead.
Exposing men for domestic violence.
Because why are we keeping that a secret?
And you think you can change that man? Oh, he's not gonna beat me.
He said he's gonna stop.
Girl, what?
He's a good man, Savannah.
He's just in the bad situation. What? Cheaters. You can add that to the list too, then.
I mean, we have shows for decades. Yes. Of cheaters.
Yes.
And baby.
Jerry Springer. And cheaters.
Yeah. Liars. Like, because if you're just a pathological liar, why are we sugarcoating that? And I'm going to double that with narcissism.
I want to say, what type of liar? Are we talking about like a Risa Tisa? Well,
like,
you don't know the Risa story.
Like a manipulator liar, like a harmful liar, like a deceiving liar, like a liar, like a liar that lies for the sake of getting over liar.
Like stealing your money.
Liar.
People who rob. Something about that just doesn't sit right with me.
Theft.
Not even that. But like robbing other people. Something about that is like more aggressive than you stealing out of a store. Right. Like you robbing people's houses, robbing people off the street. Like, I don't know, that seems more aggressive than stealing something out of a store. You real bold. You real dangerous.
Bold.
You putting guns.
You're reckless. You don't care.
Yes, because I'm like, if you don't care about these people, girl,
I know you finna take me out the moment I piss you off. Let me
piss you off, break up with you. Stalkers, people who are also stalkers.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
And I mean this with all, and I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, and I mean this with the utmost care and respect. Y'all gotta report folks that are not taking care of themselves, that are challenged with mental health issues. Because that, ooh. Yeah.
But that would require a lot of people to be more educated. Because you would think, oh, this person just has anger issues. Oh, this person's been hurt in the past. Oh, I think people comes up with a lot of excuses for those type of men.
Yeah. Because also thinking about, yeah. Men that don't communicate. Because this 2025, figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. All your feelings, all your thoughts. Figure it out. Write it down. Put it in a song. Write it in sand for all I care. But figure it out and learn how to communicate in a healthy way. Because it's no excuse why we can't.
Why are we crashing out over the drive-thru? Baby, they don't have ice. They out of bacon. I'm sorry.
The McFlurry machine is always down.
Like, you know this. Like,
after 11 o'clock, not even, after 9, don't give it up. Flat screen.
This is why, two things. I could never go to fast food with my grandmother or my mother because I just knew our food was getting spinning. I'm like, man, why are we cutting up in the driveway? Why are we making these people feel a certain type of way who have control over our food? You know, passage. Like, you tell me, get in the backseat. Because my food is not about to be tampered with because of you. So those crash outs, y'all need to be mindful and let us know about those crash outs. Because I need to make sure, do I need to lace up my tennis shoes? Or do I need to leave you at home? Because I'm not about to get... A bullet has no name. No. I'm not about to get shot for nobody. No.
Over a chicken tender.
Yeah. So, what else? Men who don't satisfy you sexually. I feel like you just gotta be honest. If that man out here boasting and being, like you said, narcissistic or he got so much confidence that he think he's better than every fucking body. Bitch, humble him real quick. We want to reclaim our time. Reclaiming my time.
See it? I'm done with my list.
You done?
Yeah.
Alcoholics. Anybody? Any
drug abusers.
Any form of addiction, really.
Mm-hmm.
Gambling.
Ooh, yes. Gambling.
A man who's real bad with money, you can have him. I don't want him. Oh no. Men who are very, 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 very insecure to where it's like they don't want to fix the insecurity. Mm-hmm. They want to just live in the misery.
No accountability, yeah.
It's like, oh, woe is me.
Mm-hmm. You should feel sorry for me.
Nothing good happens in my life. This, that, and the third.
Girl.
I don't have time. I call it build a niggas. You know how build a bear? Build a nigga. Don't have time. Dated one. Won't again. Can't do it. I feel like this just takes so much energy out of you.
Yeah, because your cup is empty. Like you're consistently pouring in at work, in life, and in the relationship, and nothing is pouring back into you. It's imbalance. And
it's the same way with like going back to like the bums. Like, oh, I'm trying to get back on my feet. Oh, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. But you're constantly buying the food. You're constantly paying for the dates. You're constantly like, and he don't seem like he has an unction or function. He's okay with not working
because
you have that Superman complex of trying to save the fucking world.
Yep, the nurturing complex. And then also your dating potential thinking. Yes. Again, he's a good man, Savannah. He's just in a bad spot. He's been in the bad spot for 5 years, Savannah. Let it go. And him. Okay?
Girl, leave that man.
Leave that man. And then also, warning signs when they are controlling and manipulative. Because I think about like movies like Enough. And I think about like all those different types of movies when like, because they present so well, you would never think. But if we don't establish those safe spaces and environments for folks to speak truth to power of what their actual lived experiences were with these folks or with these types of people, all you're doing is perpetuating the violence to happen for someone else.
Men who abuse power.
I'm sorry.
All of them? I was about to say men who abuse, whether that's...
Most of them do.
Requiring or requesting sexual favors. Those who threaten your job with, if you don't do this, that, and the third, or whatever the case, I'm not going to take care of your family, or I'm not doing this, that, and the third. Very manipulative. Abusing their power. Like, I don't know. Sexual predators, too. Let's put them out there. Because I don't understand, especially, that's another topic for another day. I think we talked about that in another episode of just like protecting the sexual predator in the family. I don't know if we talked about it or not, but I'm just like, I don't get that. I need us to expose that because all that's doing is setting a precedent for... It's
allowed. It's okay.
The next female child person, you know, you're making it seem like it's okay. That we're just going to turn a blind eye to it. No. Call that man out. He needs to be in jail.
Under it.
Expeditiously.
And on the list.
Yes. I need his name and face in my mailbox, please.
Megan's Law.
Please.
A hit dog will holler.
Please.
Please no more live reels for 28 hours.
This is cute.
It was very cute.
I like talking about this. I feel like we could have went on and on and on and on.
I think we did.
I could have, but I was like, we need to reel it back. Girl, we're gonna be here all day talking because it's so interesting. Like when you realize the politics behind it all and how long this has been going on that we don't even think about how we're heavily influenced.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it was a quote in an article or something like that I saw when they basically broke it down that identity is politics. Like how you think, how you live, how you exist. It's all political. Every decision that you make is based off of something. Like, it's not just, oh, I felt so inclined. The ancestors moved me. Yeah, the ancestors moved you with political wisdom.
Yeah.
Because they've been through it.
And that's what I was about to say. Because they went through the same system. So, challenge, unexpand your desires.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if that's all you want to say.
You said what I wanted to say.
Okay, well, make sure y'all like, subscribe to all of our platforms. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at sipping_on_love.
And as always, to keep the convo going, the drinks still flowing, continue to like and subscribe on all of our podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and of course, YouTube, because we're visual now.
Yeah.
And if no one's told you, I love you, we love you, and keep sipping on love. Peace out.
Hopefully we're still recording.
Yep. Hour and 45.